I'm out in my local woods. It's May 2020. Spring is in full flow. I'm actually only about 200 yards from my back door. This part of the farm has been pretty much out of bounds because the farmer wasn't particularly welcoming, but he's since retired and they haven't got the new tenant in yet, so I'm taking advantage of his absence. It's beautiful in here. Leaves are lovely and yellowy green, fresh. Walking further down the wood, there are some absolutely gigantic trees in this wood. The biggest ones are the beech, hundreds of years old. Just now and again they shed a big limb and you hear an enormous crash. It comes tumbling down. Oh, I don't think I'd camp in here. I fear that I might get squashed. On a day like today, it's beautiful. This is an example of one of the limbs that's fallen off a few years ago. Must have come down with a hell of a crash. The part of the tree that it fell from, where it tore off. I'm down in a little dell here, Dingley Dell. Quite sheltered. There's room to get your tent, but I thought one of those bloody things crashing down on me. It's actually only a very small woodland, probably about 300 or 400 yards square. We're just going to the outer edges of it here. Goes back to farmland. But there are no cows as yet. The new tenant hasn't got himself sorted out yet. The farmhouse is just the Just see it through them trees. 4 bedrooms, built-in sheds, 12-year lease. No idea what he paid. No idea at all. You can see in the distance there, you can see the wall which surrounds this entire estate. Total, it's 4 miles long, and within the walls there's not a single footpath. So you come walking through here, you're likely to get challenged. But I have walked through it, and it's only farmland. Looks like there's been a deer led here. Well, it's made an impression on the ground. People think that trees grow out of the ground, but they don't. Trees grow out of the air. And when you get a tiny little seed, it contains enough information to produce a tree. And when the moisture and the temperature is right, it sprouts, it germinates, it produces 2 little seed leaves. And those seed leaves absorb the sunlight and a chemical process takes place where the carbon dioxide in the air is split apart by this process, and the seedling captures the carbon and it throws the oxygen away. It doesn't want the oxygen, and that causes the seedling to grow. And as it grows more and more leaves, the sunlight falls on the leaves. The process of stripping the carbon dioxide into carbon and oxygen causes the tree to grow. When the tree is growing, it takes moisture from the ground, and the moisture comes from the air in the form of rain. And when the tree is fully grown, like this one next to me here, somebody come along and they chop it down and they burn it, and they put the wood in the fire. They put the wood in the fireplace and they introduced some heat, and the heat causes the carbon in the tree and the oxygen in the air, it causes them to recombine into carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide, you can see it in the form of a flame. And all the heat and all the light that came from the sun is released in the flame. And all that carbon dioxide goes back into the atmosphere, and the cycle starts again. Interesting, isn't it?